another preseason defeat for Arsenal Football Club. Honestly, there is not too many things that I can say that are positive, but I will try to be as balanced as I always am, and I will try to give you guys a fair and honest opinion on this game, because one thing we don't like is to see the same issues that we've seen from last season creep into this season. But in preseason, we have not seen Martin, Odegaard, Zubamendi, Declan Rice, Gyökeres, Saka all on the pitch at the same time. But we shouldn't need to see them all on the pitch at the same time to get at least some inkling of consistent football, some good attacking play, something better than what we've seen in that first half. And what we've seen in the second half was slightly better, but it was mostly better because of Max Dowman. I thought the first half, the shining light of the first half was Ben White and Norgard. Those two looked quite good. I was surprised that Martinelli was on corner duty and actually got the corner delivered to Norgard for his goal. But before then, we were already down by 2 goals. It was a sloppy game defensively, and Villarreal were just at us quite easily. Quite easily, they were at us. And I'm just thinking to myself, what can we do? What can we do? Nicolas Pepe, of course, scored the first goal in 17 minutes. Hilarious, to say the least. And then they score once again in the 34th minute. And we were 2-0 down before we scored from a set piece. And to be fair, I did not think we created enough chances to even give our main man a chance. We signed Victor Gyökeres. He barely had a sniff. He barely had any chances. We didn't really create enough for him. In the first half alone, we had 7 shots, only 2 on target. Only 2 on target. And I think one of the shots he took was actually blocked. So I'm looking at the team sheet. I'll show you guys what the team sheet was. And you know something, it's not that deep. I get it. It's not that deep. Deep down, you know it's not that deep. But at the same time, it is concerning. The way that we're playing is a little bit stale. The way that we're playing, everyone can see, is not what is necessarily needed at this early in the season. You need to be a little bit more sharp. You need to have a little bit more match fitness, more sharpness. And some of the guys just don't look at the level yet. Now, before I start picking out names and criticizing people, I'm just going to say Norgard was the standout for me in the first 45 minutes. He played 45 minutes before he came on. He came out of the game for Zubamendi. In those 45 minutes, he looked like one of the better players. He had completed 100% of his passes, as you can see right there. He had 27 touches, so only 7 touches outside of his passes. He was one of the better players in the game, and of course, he scored the goal also. Surprisingly, Martinelli was on corner duty, but that's probably because Declan Rice usually takes corners from the left side of the pitch. Of course, Victor Gyökeres, our big money signing, did not get many touches in this game. As you can see, throughout the whole game, he had 14 touches. He had 4 successful passes. He had 2 shots, 1 blocked, 1 directly at the keeper. So out of his 2 shots, 1 was on target. I think we need to have a little bit of patience and understand that we did not create enough chances for him. But at the same time, we never got to see him with the likes of Odegaard on the pitch and Zubamendi at the same time. When Zubamendi came on, he only got to play with Zubamendi for like 15 minutes. And when Odegaard came on, he was subbed off. If I'm just going to talk about the performances overall, honestly, I don't even know what Raya was doing. You can't really criticize him. We got caught on the counter, and we were just scoring some sloppy goals. Some of the goals, he made the save, and then we still concede because of the second chance. Or defensively, we were just wide open at times. The communication between the midfield and this space here between Ben White, Ethan, and Saliba was poor. I don't know who Ethan was trying to press in the lead up to the goal, or what Ben White or Saliba were doing, where they were. They were both caught out of position, and you got to give it up to Villarreal. They really found little pockets of space to punish us, and we were punished on the counter on numerous occasions in this game. Kivior, Saliba, Maslow, Skelly, all of them were meh performances, nothing really special. The only person who I thought had a solid performance out of the back line was Ben White. I thought Ben White was solid for the first 45 minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ben White started the first game of the season for Arsenal versus Manchester United. Um, Now, I do have a Villarreal fan who messaged me who might want to come on the show, so I'm gonna see if he's available, and I can see if I can bring him on. Let me message him right now. Um, there you go. I messaged him. Join. So we'll get a Villarreal fan on, see what he thought about the game. But before we finish up, so Ben White, I thought he was the best out of the back four. I thought Mazou Skelly has had a poor preseason, not switched on defensively, quite poor on the ball also, not the best for performances from him. It's nice to see Gabriel played in the second half because I thought Kivior wasn't really doing great either. As you can see here, Kivior was not really winning his ground duels much at all today. And from what I from the eye test, sometimes he was finding himself in silly situations. Don't get me wrong, Saliba was no better, but Saliba still was putting out a lot of fires at times. As for Mikel Moreno, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know what Mikel Moreno brings to our game. He played the whole 90 minutes. He had a total of 42 touches, only 21 passes, and I don't feel like he did too much. Yes, he created one chance. He took two shots. Maybe he's a box crusher, but I just at this moment in time, he seems like a player who plays outside of what we necessarily need, and he was playing as a striker to end the game. Why not just keep Gyökeres on the pitch if you're gonna make Moreno the striker? Why take I don't get it. Is it because Kai Havertz is not fit? Something's wrong with Havertz. You don't want to risk losing Gyökeres. I don't know. But Havertz wasn't in the team in case you guys don't know. Saka, Martinelli. Martinelli frustrating as always. Saka is Saka. Just solid performance. Didn't really do much wrong. Didn't really have a chance to get any of his guys. And none of his passes really got at the end of anything. It was quite poor. But you know something? There was some positives to take away from this game. Off the back of all the negatives and the criticisms of Arteta and the system, we can talk about that in a second. But Marquinhos, I thought he was solid off the bench for 45 minutes. I thought Zubimendi was solid off the bench for 45 minutes. I thought Gabriel Magalhaes and Timber being back was great to see. I thought Max Dowman, once again, is showing to be our best player during this preseason. Like everybody else seems to be taking it easy. Everyone else seems to be doing whatever they can to just stay fit. But this man, Max Dowman, seems to be a level above everybody else this entire preseason. I've been watching Max Dowman, and I've just been saying to myself, wow, Max, you have been outstanding. And before we get on to the penalty shootout and everything else, I just thought Nani Madueke also came on, and I just Nani Madueke before we go. Nani Madueke, in the short time that Nani Madueke was on the pitch, every time he got on the ball, he tried to make something happen. Fair play to him. He missed the penalty that lost us the penalty shootout. But in the short time that he was on the pitch, he had 9 touches, and I felt like every single time he got on the ball, he tried to make something happen. It was kind of refreshing to see a player who actually could beat his man and then deliver the pass into the box. So refreshing there. Is Zinchenko going to stay? We don't know. Is Zinchenko going to be sold? We don't know. But that's another player. Martin Odegaard, I don't know. Some people saying Martin Odegaard is not going to start if we get Eze in. At this moment in time, we still don't have an answer on if Eze is going to join or not. I'm going to have to bring on a Crystal Palace fan to discuss what's going on with Eze, but Martin Odegaard still not at his very scintillating best yet. He did score the goal and he did take the penalty, but I would have liked it if Gyökeres was still on the pitch and he took the penalty instead. But that's just for confidence reasons at all. But yeah, let's say one more thing. Quickly, we need to discuss this. Arsenal have 11 days before we Manchester United. 11 days before we play Manchester United. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, what I witnessed today was not good enough. Simply not good enough. I expect better performances when we start seeing the starters playing together. I expect better performances when I start to see some of these uh, fringe players out of the team. But with the starting 11 that we had out there, Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Ben White, Saliba, Raya, Kivior, Mazu, Skelly, the real reason why that team did not function well, in my opinion, was because the midfield was not fluid. And if we start the next game with a mix and match of midfielders, we are not actually preparing ourselves. We're doing a disservice for ourselves. I need to see Mikel Arteta go out in the next game, play Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Zubimendi in the same team with Bukayo Saka, Gyökeres, Saliba, Ben White. Let me just see as close as possible to the starting 11 play together for at least 45 minutes, because what we have been watching has been inconsistent, poor, and stale football for the whole time. And that does not give me any encouragement that what we're going to see going into the start of the season is going to be any different. So I am slightly concerned, but at the same time, this is preseason. There can be slight hiccups. If you're going to make mistakes, you want to make mistakes now, but that only goes so far. We need to start seeing better performances in the final game of the preseason, or else confidence is going to be extremely low in this team going away to Manchester United, which is a counter-attacking team that have just signed 3 attackers. Personally, I am not writing off the season. I'm not going crazy and saying this team is not going to amount to nothing. I still believe in the team, but don't get me wrong. We need to see signs of life. What we saw today and what we saw over the last couple preseason games has not been good enough for me in the consistency side of things in the attack to say that, oh, I'm seeing something different yet. And maybe the reason why I'm not seeing something different is because some of our best players have not played together. I don't know why we're using preseason to just mix and match terrible lineups. Go and play your best 11 for at least 45 minutes. Just see what they can do. Give, or at least play your solid midfield. See what they can do with your striker. I feel like we're not giving Gyökeres even any opportunities. The one chance he got, he shot it directly at the keeper. But yeah, that is my little synopsis on that. I got the Villarreal fan in the building. How you doing?
How are you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, mate. How you doing?
Um,
It's nice to have a Villarreal fan in the building. As a neutral, before you talk about your own club or anything like that, I just want to say I thought you guys really did well to hit us on the counter, and a little bit surprised me how effective you guys were on the counter against us, especially with that Dan Juma goal at the end. It was like no hesitation, just bang. And yeah, just let me know what you thought about your team's performance, Arsenal's performance, and did did your own team surprise you with their performance, or were you expecting this?
now, first of all, I have to say thank you for giving me the opportunity. It means a lot. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this because we had a really terrible preseason so far. We haven't won a single match, only drawn and lost. So for me, I was actually expecting maybe Arsenal to dominate the match, and you guys did in possession. But I think what surprised many of maybe the team or the Arsenal is maybe our ability to counterattack you when you lose the ball. And so yeah, we were deadly effective when we first um, beat your guys' press in the midfield. After that, I felt it was a lot of room for us to attack the defense. The result is surprising. Still, I'm still trying to, yeah, Gasper. And it.
What do you think about Arsenal's attack? How poor did we look?
I think you guys. I don't know how to describe it. It looked a bit conservative in the way you try to attack us. It was sideways passes, and that's very easy for us to defend against. I think we struggle more when teams attack us through the middle, and I didn't see much of it, to be honest, in this match. So I think the tempo, also the way you guys attacked, the tempo was slow for us enough. There was slow enough for us to defend. So I think maybe that is the two reasons how we defended.
And was this your best performance for your preseason?
Yeah, this is definitely the best performance so far this preseason, and it's hard to judge because in previous matches we made many more subs um, after every 30 minutes. So this is the first time where we played with the same 11 almost for the first half. We didn't make any changes, maybe
Was that
to.
you close
Yeah.
to your best 11?
Almost. We still need two, three more players who are out with injuries.
Are
So
those players defenders or attackers?
there's one striker in Ayoso Perez. He was scored 20 plus goals,
Okay.
and we had another injury in defense. Yeah, in defender Logan Costa also got injured in preseason. So a
Is that
few
a
more
center back?
players. Yeah, he's a center back. Yep,
So you're missing your starting center back and you're missing your starting striker, and you still.
striker and left winger in Pino on the left side. He didn't play either. So
Wow.
three players maybe.
I got to give it up to you. I did not expect you guys to come to our house and put in a good counterattacking clinic like you guys did. It kind of does give us a little bit of an eye opener on what we need to do to continue to play a little bit better. Now, you did recycle the possession a little bit okay, but the main thing was you got the ball from your goal to our goal quite quickly, and I felt like it was very direct. Do you usually play that direct, or was it just our defense allowed you to play so direct?
This is how Marcelino plays. He's very direct. His biggest weakness is keeping the possession, and I think maybe you guys saw it. We weren't very good at keeping possession. We kept giving away balls and turnovers, but it's quick. The way we play is we depend on speed and quick passes. So I think maybe that's the kryptonite for Arsenal, maybe some in some ways.
Yeah,
But
we
that's
were
how we play.
wasteful. We were wasteful. We
Mm.
were wasteful. We had a lot of deliveries into the box, but nothing really came from them.
Mm.
And overall, we were just wasteful on the night. Our chances that we did have, we were not finishing them off. And I just felt like overall, my team was not that good. Um,
Mm.
yeah, you're good producing videos. Villarreal spanked your team, yeah, and I got a Villarreal fan here to talk about it.
Yeah,
Overall, everyone's gonna talk about the manager.
yeah.
Man,
What are your thoughts? Do you think it's the
Arteta's my
manager? Do you
guy.
think the players? Or
Arteta's my guy. I back the manager, but at this point, we need to start seeing better offensive performances, or else you can't really hide. It is on the manager to get better performances. Hopefully, when we do see the starters and better players on the pitch, we'll start seeing better offensive performances. But it's discouraging because I'm seeing other teams um, during preseason going up against teams and having solid performances with a mix and match of players. Where for Arsenal, our best player this preseason has been a 15-year-old.
mm,
And maybe it's due to the fact that some of these guys are trying to stay fit and they're trying to stay healthy. But it is a little discouraging to go out there and say to yourself that your best performances are coming from a 15-year-old and the team that you're backing to go on and deliver trophies and a manager who you're backing to go on and deliver trophies is not really showing the tactical innovative innovation that we need with a new striker and new attack. And yeah, and the second half we played with Moreno. Why play with Moreno? Why not just keep Gyökeres on the pitch?
yeah.
Mm,
No,
mm,
I didn't get it either. I think the midfield looked very slow. I don't think Merino doesn't fit in central midfield. He doesn't have the pace. Doesn't have the drive to beat press. I think I think it was maybe a wrong decision to start with him as a midfielder today, with the way we play, especially with the way we play on the counter-attacking style.
Hey, I'll give it up to you, man. You guys played well. Shout out to you.
But
And
it was a good
brother, let
result.
people know your name and where they
Yeah.
can find you.
So you can. I have a YouTube channel. It's the same name, Villarreal Fan TV. I also have a X account, so I post highlight videos of Villarreal players. So yeah, just check me out when you have time. if you're
All
interested.
right, boom. I put the link to your channel description in the description right now. Do me a favor,
Mm.
guys. Please do check him out. And before we go, I'm just gonna do a player rating, and we're gonna wrap it up there. But before we go, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button, guys, and understand that we are not done. There's going to be another video tonight, later tonight, with the boy Rich. Rich is gonna be on, and we're gonna talk about Arsenal. Are we gonna get Eze? What's going on with the Eze stuff? But boy, that performance today, I felt like you didn't really bother a keeper though. I felt like your goals were just so clean. The keeper couldn't really do much. What do you think?
Yeah, Raya made some saves. As he made, I think he made the first goal. Before the first goal, he made a save, I think, or was it the second goal? Either one. But yeah, the Danjuma goal was clean. The first two goals were maybe scruffy in the box, but yeah, I think I felt also maybe Arsenal did get a lot of shots on our keeper. It was mostly half chances and corners, especially corners. You guys were dangerous in corners. That's one thing I think we should work on in defense.
Hey, overall, not really something that I'm proud of. The fact that we were that our best chance in the first half came from a corner. I want us to see more in open play. I want us to create more in open play. I want us to see more overall in what do you call it, open play. But unfortunately, once again, it's set pieces. Yeah, got us to opening goal, and another penalty gets us the second goal. We did not get a single goal from open play in this game. And
No.
then when it came to the penalty shootout,
Mhm.
we missed up that too. So it's like, overall, the only takeaway from this game is Max Dowman. Some of the defenders look solid in the second half, and hopefully, when we have our starters, we can see how Zubamendi and Martin Odegaard looked better. We looked a lot better in the second half
For sure.
with Martin Odegaard and Zubamendi on the pitch. But yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna do some player ratings. I'm gonna wrap it up here with you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll put the link to his
Thank you.
channel, guys. Villarreal Fan TV. Shout out to him. Please do show him some love, ladies and gentlemen. Big up,
Thank you,
bro.
Egal. It means a lot. Thanks for the
No
time.
worries. Appreciate you
Have
having
a nice one.
coming on. Shout out to him. Let's quickly do some player ratings before we wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. Please do hit that like button. Also, let's do some player ratings. The games are coming thick and fast. Our next game is against Atletico Bilbao is that Saturday? Do we play them Saturday? Yeah, Saturday at 5 p.m. we play Atletico Bilbao. Hopefully we see a much better performance in that game. Preseason so far, we have had the 1-0 win versus AC Milan, the 3-2 win versus Newcastle, and we've had the 1-0 win versus Tottenham, 1-0 loss versus Tottenham, and then another loss versus Villarreal. Just boring football, not inspirational, and we're just too susceptible to the counter versus Villarreal. Versus Newcastle, some sloppy goals were conceded, and versus Tottenham, we just didn't create enough. Similar mistakes in those three games. We need to see better. Don't get me wrong, AC Milan game seems a lot better now comparison to the last two games. So hopefully we can see some improvement from there. Quickly, let's do some player ratings and what we think about player ratings. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about these player ratings. I'm going to give you guys right now. I was thinking, should I just do solid performance and not, or should I do actual player ratings? So I'm going to do player ratings. I thought Raya, solid 6. I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to give him something really too high at all. So yeah, Raya gets a solid 6 out of 10. Um, Ben White, I thought Ben White was better out of the majority of those guys in the back line. I'm going to give Ben White a 7. I'm going to give Kivior a you know what, Ben White 7, Reyes 6, Ben White 7, Saliba 6, Kivior 6, Mazu Skelly, I'm gonna give him a 5. I expect better from him. I thought Ethan could have done better. I'm gonna give him a 6. I thought Norgard was solid. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I thought Moreno could have done a lot better, and he played the whole game. He did not look effective for me. I'm gonna give him a 5. I thought Saka was a 6. Nothing he did his best, but he didn't really get anything from all the stuff that he did. Martinelli got a corner assist, doesn't really count for me to give him something solid on his performance overall. 6. Gyökeres was ineffective, didn't really do much, had 2 chances, really did not get involved in the game because nobody really helped him with the link-up play, so I can't give him any high ratings either. I'm just gonna give him a 5. Mascara in his 45 minutes looked good at right back. Zubimendi looked solid in his time. I'm gonna give both of them 6s. Aspilicueta didn't see enough of him, but penalty shootout he did okay. Gabriel's nice to see Gabriel finally back out there. Solid 5. Timber solid 5. Rice solid 5. Martin Odegaard gets a goal. You know what? Solid 5. I thought Max Dowman in his short time on the pitch was basically the man of the match, with him setting up a penalty and being fresh air, a breath of fresh air for the Arsenal team. One of the best players on the pitch every game, pretty much. This kid is ready to play first team football. He's only played 1 game of under 21s football, but he seems so comfortable and ready to go at the first team level. It's scary. I hope he does get an opportunity to play a lot of minutes next season. I'm going to give him a solid 7 out of 10. Zubimendi 5. I thought Madueke was solid when he came on. Maybe it's just new signing buzz, but he looked like he crossed in some dangerous balls. I'll give him a 6.5. Solid performance out of 10. And Arteta gets a failing grade. I expect better from an Arsenal team that's had 4 preseason games. We need to look a little bit more solid, a little bit more better in attack overall, and we just didn't look like that. So hopefully we can start to look better going forward in a bit. But for now, I'm going to give Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, a 4 out of 10. Poor performance from the Arsenal team. And I just feel like we are not seeing enough of the patterns of play and attack, and we're seeing a rigid system overall, and it makes me concerned. But hey, overall, that's it for now. I'll leave you guys there. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. I know some of you guys are just here to make jokes and make and talk shit. But hey, there you go. And we'll leave you guys over there. We'll leave you guys here to do whatever you guys need to do. For now, I am going to send you over. Where am I going to send you guys? Where am I going to send you guys? For now, I am going to do. I'm gonna send you guys over to my next video, which is gonna be with Rich later today, or I'm gonna send you over to somebody else's channel. Let's see who's live right now. Let's see who's live right now that I can send you over to. We'll send you over to. Yeah, you know what? We'll send you over to Direct Diaries. Don't know. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for the love, people. You already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. We're out of here, people. Love for the love. Peace. Don't know.